You think I'll let you zone?
Well, after a bit of a vacation, I'm back making videos, and this time it's a look into an indie game called Mightreya by Wazen and published by 505 Games that is scheduled to release in Q2 of 2025 on the official website, but now is still to be announced on its Steam page. There isn't much of a story so far at all, but short synopsis on the website. Join schoolgirl superhero Rhea and her manager Neo as they embark on their journey as hero content creators fighting monstrous beings that emerge daily from another dimension. Its anime-inspired, heart-pounding hero action is waiting just for you. This is also a playtest for the game itself, an early playable build, so going into this, don't expect the best thing ever. For those who don't know what a playtest is, it's a process where developers can gather feedback from players during the development of a game to identify bugs, assess gameplay, and improve the overall player experience. Some examples are bug detection, where players will submit glitches, bugs, and other technical difficulties they found to the developer so they can address them before release. There's also gameplay refinement and user experience evaluation, where players give their thoughts on the gameplay loop, on what was fun or frustrating and what kept them engaged with the game. Not only that, their overall experience with the game and if they would play the full release if the changes were met. But with my 40 minutes of playing the 2 demo levels, these are my initial reactions to Mightreya, is that it's rough but oddly fun, and hopefully they can get those bugs and kinks out of it for the full release. There isn't much story to talk about here, as it's just an early demo from what I played, and the name of the game is to keep your enemy in the air for as long as you can, dealing devastating attacks and whatnot. But the demo didn't have a tutorial or a controller map layout before the game started, so I was just flailing about. Even when enemies appeared, using the Y button, Rhea can jump from certain spots on the terrain, mostly light poles, to reposition if the combat gets too hectic. She has a run dash button in the L trigger, which allows her to run on the ground or up buildings when she's next to them. Honestly, I was wondering how to get the collectibles as they were along the wall of a building and tried dashing. Then Rhea ran straight up and over. If you use it in the air, she can dash to or away from things. She can also attack with a couple of buttons, but her basic attack is right bumper, and she will do a 3 to 4 hit combo. Then she will hit the target with a launcher. Now this is where you'd have a rush button that locks on to the target and lets Rhea continue with the combo, right? Well, the dash button doesn't really do that, though the R bumper is also the rush button, where she will rush to the target to continue attacking, but it is a little glitchy, so she won't always do it, or it will be stuck in the animation, or in my time playing the game, she'll get stuck on a building or poles. The weird part about this is that Rhea will auto lock onto the closest enemy that she is fighting, but I would have preferred a dedicated button for that as well. There are 2 other attack buttons, and right trigger that works like a launcher, and left bumper that has her fire an energy blast at the target. All 3 of these can be charged for more damage. If you have enough of the 18-meter field, then Rhea can really let loose. The X button is for grab, and she will use an energy hand to grab smaller enemies and bring them towards her or throw them. I found you can do an easy combo if you do the basic string, then grab, then do a launcher for heavy attack damage, and it usually works. She also has a super meter that is represented by the screw attack symbol percentage over there with the bar, and that goes up as Rhea fights the monsters around her. The B button is a dive button, as it could be used for a quick reset if you need Rhea to get back down to earth so you're not all disoriented when you're fighting. I feel there needs to be a way to have a manual targeting system in place as an option to help, because I found myself too many times trying to figure out what was going on when there's more than one enemy on the screen. The other thing that would be good as well is a block or parry, which I could see incentivizing players to keep being in the fight instead of finding a way to dash and reset encounters. The animations are flashy and cool, but more often they would just break, and the enemies would be floating around me before disappearing at first. At first I thought I was just holding them, but now I don't really know if it was by design or the animation is just broken. The second level is just a boss battle, but highlighted the problem from the beginning, which was no dedicated rush button or targeting, so I ended up just doing the attacks, and there is no parry or block button, so I just did my combo, then try and dash away. Since there's no manual targeting the enemy and then there's only auto targeting, I just end up getting hit a lot more often than I liked, but I found that the basic combo into grab then attack 2 does a lot of good damage. The boss has super armor, so you had to break that armor represented by the blue bar below the health for a break that would stun them so you could do better damage. After beating the boss, I thank the player for completing the demo. After my time with this playtest, Mightreya is rough, unless this is a really early demo that they're letting more people play or try. With the glitches that I ran into, Some were funny, like seeing Neo's run animation break, so she just slid across the floor. Most weren't game breaking, but I did have one where it wouldn't load into the level and was stuck in a loading screen loop. I hope Mightreya will be good, as it has some fun ideas but not much to it beyond the spectacle. But I could be completely wrong about this, and they fixed most of the issues that I had with this playtest. And they hopefully added more combo strings or even a move list so you don't end up doing the same combos over and over and over again. But with that being said, stay gold guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
You